From our book Edexcel A2 Physics, we are going to look at the conservation of linear momentum again, which is on page 14. As we've learned before, the conservation of linear momentum is the conservation of momentum before and after collision, as you can see in this question. But this equation has its own rules. The principle is dependent on the condition that no external force acts on the object in question, and external force would provide an additional acceleration to the motion of the object and would be dependent on the collision alone, which means that the forces that are directed toward both objects should not be present. There should be zero external force on these two bodies that are colliding, because if there were any external force, it would provide acceleration. Since the rule says that any external force would give acceleration to the colliding objects, so if there were any extra acceleration, we would actually be changing the velocity of the colliding objects. For example, if we offered a push for these balls under the pendulum, we would be giving an extra acceleration. Let's say we give this first ball under the pendulum a push, and we actually would be giving it more acceleration, which is more velocity, hence more momentum, since as we know, momentum depends on velocity. So if we change the momentum, we would be changing the P before. And if the P before is changed, it would not be equal to the P after. Hence, we would be breaking the conservation of linear momentum. We studied before the impulse equation that says that any extra force directed on the object would change the momentum, which we also can call impulse. So any external force would change the momentum. The change in momentum would ruin the conservation of linear momentum. So, we should know that there should be zero external forces to maintain the conservation. And this would be all.